Entering here is like entering a airport. You have to put your bag for screening. Okay, so I was telling you, fountain doesn't need music. I'm not saying music doesn't go. Sometimes some music goes well, but sometimes I've seen that some of these musical fountains, it doesn't look good at all. So everything doesn't need salt. Like two things that I've learned which doesn't need salt is when I made ragi today, it didn't need salt at all and it tasted better than the days when I put salt. Like the same way when I make omelette and egg, the sunny side up that way when I make, you don't particularly need salt. So when you reduce your salt intake and bring it to a point where you eat very little salt, then I feel that you get used to that. You start liking things with very little salt or even with no salt. So that's how it is. So I'm going to the ground floor, park here for 15 minutes, then we go out. Now, since 15 days, this mall is supposed to be closed, like till January 15th. The crowd is very less. So tomorrow is 10. Another 5 days it's going to be like this, and people would start coming probably after January 15th. And there are no street vendors outside, so shopping is not there. So it's like there is no crowd at all. But that doesn't mean there are not people. There are people, but very less. So it's nice. It's a different feeling. And then people start coming when it is 7 o'clock. At that time, by the time I go from here, it's a big crowd. So you want to do some shopping, this is the best time. Because too much crowd, you can't shop, right? What do you think? So let me listen to some music. Somebody's calling. Still 1 minute. Probably another 30 minutes. And then we go. The thing is, when you walk, you have a lot of thoughts running. But when you play the music, all those thoughts are in control. If you don't play music when you're walking, you have lots and lots of thoughts running. I don't know what to say, whether it's distractions, whether to say that you're distracted or whatever it is. But when you walk, you have a lot of thoughts. I remember I used to go walking. Even when I was in the other PG where I was staying, I told this before, I guess, I used to walk in a university which is like it's got a lot of greenery and trees and walking space as well. So it was rather like what do you say, a park or a garden, but very not crowded, you know. Usually you go to a garden, it's crowded, a lot of people. So what happens is that you don't get a straight walk. But here, it was not there. You could walk straight. And so I used to go there. A lot of thoughts come to me. And mostly I would not be playing the music. So much you can think, a lot of clarity comes. That's how it is. So when you play music, you don't think. You just hear that beat and you are in that world. You know, it's totally different. So I like both of it. Sometimes I like music. Sometimes I like without music. Like you can walk fast or slow. Both of it has its own good feeling, right? The other day when I was going back after coming to the mall, I walked very slow to the on the main road and I was like, so I felt it was good. Someday I'm going to come here and go inside this home center. I've never been there. It's a vast area and I want to see what is there. It's the biggest shop here, I guess. You don't feel it's like IKEA, no? It's not like a shop, it's like a house itself. So much of area. So I'm done with my walking right now, going back, and that's it. And I guess I'll go from UG so that you get to see the fountain for a while. We'll just take a walk there as well. This is the right amount of walking. Usually what happens is that I walk too much and that's not required, that much of walking. When I start, I can't stop. Some of the things like dance or walking, all these activities becomes difficult for me to stop at the right time. So today I have stopped at the right time. We'll go. This is UG, and here if you go outside you get to see the fountain. What's the time? I think it's 6:10. I don't know, I guess it's going to be dark outside, so we can just stand, take a look at the fountain, and by then it will be dark. Okay? Then we go back. Nice. Let me find the way out. Usually it's still not open, you just have one shop here, Victoria's Secret. I don't know who goes there, but that's the only shop. I don't know how to go out. I have to inquire. Many times you come here, still you will not learn how to. The way out is so confusing. That's why some people don't come here. They're like, we get so confused when I go there. I don't get confused, but in UG, upper ground, it's closed from all the sides. I guess this is not the way. I think we have to go down. So yesterday, the entire day I didn't make a video. I did think about it, but then I've been editing a video which was already done and it took me a long time. I did a lot of creativity into that. I like playing with your abilities. If you have one or the other ability, I like to test it, in the sense just play with it and see what all you can do with that, how you can improve it. That's something of my interest. So that's what I did yesterday, a lot of playing with that and trying to see what else I can do about it, how I can make some changes, because when you do the same things every now and then, it is sort of boring. I feel boredom so much doing the same things. There must be some difference, some change that we bring about. So if it is about your creativity and your abilities, you need to, if you're using that, you can try experimenting with it, bringing about some changes in how you do things. That's really interesting. So I tried that, and that took a very long time. So later I'm like, I'm not going to make a video today. So there are some contents which are already saved, but there is no variance in that. That's the thing. Every time, there's one quality that I have, and that is I like to improve. That's something I want to make some changes in myself, the way I am, the way I do things, so that there is some improvement in me as a person, and in every way. So when I'm doing something, my brain is like every time it's thinking about what changes I can bring in this, so that things can be done differently. Whether it is making a video, whether it's just talking or mingling with people or dealing with life, what life has to offer, I keep thinking about how to improve and how to bring some changes and things and all that. And it actually works. Honestly, you try that. It works so much. When you try to bring about change every now and then, it requires a lot of awareness and knowing how you're doing things every day, and then only then you can make some changes. And where there is room for change, you would come to know how can you improve, in which area you can improve, and all that. Okay, so that's how things are. So yesterday, say for example, if you have a good voice, okay, if you have a good voice and you know it probably, yeah, you can do a lot with that voice which you have. And when you start doing something with your voice, using it, contributing with that, you can experiment with it. What else can you do with that voice? There are many ways which you can use. So if whether it is your voice or your presence or your personality, your financial strength, probably whatever it is, when we are talking about strengths, basically there is room for improvement all the time. And that happens only when we realize it and when we live with awareness and try to experiment with it. Do more of that, utilize it. That's how it works. So if there is room for improvement, why not? So for that you need to experiment. If you keep doing the same thing the same way every time, it's not going to improve, right? So you need to experiment with your voice, with your other abilities, whatever you have. Experiment with it, try doing it differently. What are the other areas where you can use it in different ways? And that's how you will improve. And I keep doing that. I don't know why. It's a urge in me, which is innate probably. So I want to do things differently, and I want to see where else can I use it, and in what ways I can use it, and all that. Today is Thursday, and I was supposed to do my yoga in the morning, but it's so cold and foggy now. Still, there is some amount of laziness. Lack of inspiration, just sitting here. I knowing that I was supposed to be doing my yoga, but certainly I'm going to do it after this, because it shapes your arm and every part of your body. To have a body in shape is by the mercy of God. It's a privilege. So as long as you can, as long as health permits you, you must try to invest in yourself in many ways, including your body and mind. Okay, so that's a morning thought, which means that when I start early in the morning like this, I'm going to add a lot of content that day. So you can expect a lot of contents to come up today. Okay, when I started combing my hair like this, you can see my forehead a lot, right? It's nice. I like it. Take care, and I'll continue with this later. I need to go inside the room now. That's the room, and do my yoga. If I don't do it, I might gain a lot of weight again, because from last 2 days I've not done it. You have a good day. Hi there. So we are going for our evening walk now. It's pleasant weather, and I was missing it yesterday when I didn't go for my walk. Although I had some tasks to finish yesterday, still what happens when I go walking is that the brain there's a lot of clarity, and when you just sit inside the room, it doesn't give you that much of energy. So that's the reason you need to, all the time you need to have that energy, right? And for that you have to keep, it's like that in olden days there was a toy which you could just turn the key and wind it and it starts working, remember? So human beings are also like that, especially the energy is like that. So you want to keep going, then you have to wind the key, whether it's like the watch or the toys. So the more whenever it slows down and kind of stays that way for long, then you have to wind it so that it works again. So that's how I find energy. Without energy, life is very, very boring. So you need energy all the time. And for that, except for my periods, all the other days, I keep winding it one or the other way so that you have energy. So one way you can do it is, the easy way of doing it is going on a walk. Oh, that pigeon. I don't know why I'm so allergic of this pigeons, and here you have so many of them. Not allergic, the thing is, they sit on the railings and do their thing, and then later, cleaning it is a big problem. So many pigeons, and the other bird, which is the hawk or the falcon, whichever is the common one, the both of them. Okay, so I was saying you need energy. So what are the things that you do to energize yourself every day, except, other than eating? Obviously, eating is very important. Today I skipped my breakfast, and I don't know how, but I just didn't feel it at all. It felt nice because yesterday I overate. I had too much of rice, and because of that I had to, there was no other way, skip the breakfast, because I hardly ever overeat. These days I used to overeat a lot when I used to eat a lot of non-veg before. So my mother used to get chicken biryani and all, and when you eat that chicken biryani and all those stuff, too much of non-veg, you could feel that kind of, your belly is going to break, that much of filling. But when I turned vegetarian, and even after I started having egg and fish, I have not been overeating. But now, yesterday I had too much. Rice is one thing that you have more quantity of rice, it can just fill your belly up. So it's not that good also. So because of that, I skipped the morning breakfast and had lunch. And for lunch today I had, by mistake, I ordered noodles and chili paneer. It was too good, but that was not what I thought I was ordering. I thought it was fried rice, veg fried rice, when I ordered it with paneer. But when it was delivered, I just checked it and it was noodles. And then I checked it again. Yes, I made a mistake in reading. It was noodles. So that's how it is. Okay. But it was good. I hardly ever order, I don't order the noodles from outside or anywhere. But this was the Chinese kind of noodles. It was really good. And paneer was fresh, and it came with a gravy which you could add in the noodles. And so altogether it was really good. So I liked my lunch, and it was good that I skipped my breakfast. Okay, so what is that you do to keep yourself energized, and where do you get the energy from? Because you need it all the time. Like in a day you have to wind yourself how many times? Maybe 15-20 times, because you keep using up and draining off your energy, and you need it back, right? So how do you do that? So that's about it. Okay, right now I'll go and be back by 6:45 probably. I just popped into one shop to see, just window shopping, just looked through the things and I came out. I usually don't go inside a shop because it takes away my time and money as well. So when I come here, what I do is walk, talk. Somebody asked me the other day, how do you say that you're an introvert, then how come you talk so much? The entire video mostly is what you do is talking, so how do you do that? So the answer to that is, the introverts basically, they're not people who don't talk. They are people who talk more. In the sense they have a lot of thoughts. But usually when I make this video, what I do is not think and talk. Just what I do is talk. But introverts basically, they have a lot to say. But they prefer to do it alone. That's a difference. In the sense that if it is a group discussion or something, like where there are more people, they like to think and save it for a later time. But it doesn't mean that introverts don't talk or mingle. They're just choosy about it. So that's the reason this is a very good platform for me. I can share most of my thoughts uninterrupted, you can say. Though sometimes I feel it is pretty vague because I like to talk, think and talk, which makes things more sensible. But when I make this video, I don't get that much time to think and come up with something meaningful. So most of it is blah blah blah, as you can see. So by chance, if there is something sensible, then it's by luck. It's not like I come planned for anything. And it's easy for you to talk about anything if somebody else is taking the video and you just have to do the talking. Like usually that's how the vloggers do, most of them. That is, if it's cookery or anything, either they fix the video somewhere or somebody else is doing the recording. So the only responsibility that you have is to talk, and that makes things more easy. But for me, I have to hold this video and I have to face the camera and talk. And if you're going to a shop or there is any very interesting content, then things would have been different. If you are going inside a shop and focusing on something very interesting, then it's much better. So basically, I am an introvert, typical introvert you can say, which means that I can be very quiet at times. At the same time, I can be very talkative depending on the person I'm with, and depending on the crowd, depending on many other things. So introversion is about being choosy. That's the main thing. You are being choosy about most of the time. That's it. So I'm in the last foot of my walk. After this, I will go down and finish my walk from there. So what I was telling you is, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Extroverts are like who find their happiness and basically who derive their energy from being with people outside. Being with the right kind of people energizes both introverts and extroverts. But introverts have the ability to energize themselves being alone as well. That's a difference. It's not like we don't feel energized being with people. We do. But at the same time, if we introverts have to derive energy from being with people or mingling with people, then it has to be with the right kind of people. Otherwise, it doesn't work out for us. So that's the basic difference. So that's about making these videos. I hope you understand what it is. It's very interesting. It's like us people who give speeches and probably saying what they derive out of it. It's the same kind of pleasure that you get when you make videos. But even I feel that I've done some justice only when it is something meaningful, when it's got more contents, variance in the contents, I would say. When that is not there, it doesn't make sense. So I try my best to keep some variance, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Can't help. But I do try. So that's about it. What are you doing? Today is Thursday. What is everybody doing? Only two fathers are sitting in that with their daughters. Just two fathers and two girls and two fathers. That's it. Pretty interesting. Now I want to sit in this someday. It's going to be fun, I guess. Let me ask you one question. Which is your favorite ride if you go to a park, probably an amusement park, maybe? Which is your favorite ride? What do you like to do? I have that question for you. Okay. I was looking at that, whatever you call that. That's not the swing, the thing that goes round. And it was like just two fathers and their daughters. That's it, the entire thing. It's got about 10 seats or 10 to 12 seats, but the only people sitting were two fathers with their daughters. That's because they're scared to sit. The kids are scared, so the father is sitting. Okay, tell me which is your favorite ride. Now I think this has become my recording platform as well. You know, I can make videos here because it's peaceful, it's comfortable, and no issues. Probably within 2 months I can buy a joystick, so this pain of hand is going to reduce. Just touching your hand and holding this. Okay, tell me which is your favorite ride. Where do you, if you were going to have some adventure, what do you like? Let me tell you that we're going to the amusement park. So what are your preferences there? What would you like? For me, it's like, I don't know, I don't like any rides now. I don't know, I don't like it. But if you say that we are going to a park or have some fun in a resort, then my interest would be anything about water, which is not deep, that is. Because you know I can't swim, so there are so many water games which you can enjoy. So that is my choice. I don't like any of these rides. I like to watch. I like to see people enjoy it, having fun, probably helping them out, sitting at a distance and watching it, but I don't like taking any of the rides. How about you? That's a question I'll leave you with today. Okay? So many shops are still under construction, so it's a very nice way of covering up and putting the name board outside, and the work goes on inside. So by chance, if they open it, you get to see what's happening inside. Let's take a picture here. Try to take photos and fail. I don't know. All the light is absorbed by this wall and nothing is there on your face. So this is a beautiful wall I've seen. Right? So I thought that taking photo here is going to be very easy. It's going to come out really nice. I'm in love with this. Look at that wall. I love it. It's black and gold. Isn't here the inox which is not open yet, which would open very soon. I swear, if it opens, we're going to watch a movie. Obviously, a good movie that is, but we are going to spend on that. Come here, watch a movie. After all, this mall has given so much to me, so much, can't tell you, because you believe that you don't get vibes from your surrounding. Ask any architects, they'll tell you what your ambience gives you, what your surrounding can influence you, like what vibes does it give you. So this mall has given me so much, can't tell you. So as a return gift, when this theater is open, when the Inox is open, we're going to come here, watch a movie. Right. Hopefully it will open within a few months. I don't know how much more time it's going to take. I have no idea about that. So how did you like the creativity that went in yesterday in that, making that video? Tell me. Okay, talking about ambience. Sorry. I want to tell you about Coffee with Karan. I don't know, I'm so impressed with that. The setting and the way it is done, the colors, everything goes so well that I'm so tempted to watch it. And I usually don't have anything of this kind, no entertainments installed in my mobile, none of them. So I would like to install, what is it called? Disney Plus Hotstar, something like that. I don't know. I have to check it, get it, and start watching some of the episodes of Coffee with Karan because I like it. I like the ambience so much. I think it's so catchy and it just gets your attention. That's something interesting. I've come to the same place again. How come? Okay, let's go to the ground floor now. We have so much time today. Today it was leisure walk. No, not tiring, no pressure on us. This is the kind of walk you should do where you are leisure. Doing anything with leisure makes all the difference. Whether it's traveling, whether you're going to the airport and you're traveling to US probably. Sounds good. And so you have to do it in leisure. That's the best part of it. So today I've come to the mall. Next 2 days I'm going to take an off. It's my rest days are coming closer. So most probably the next 2 days are going to be off days. Let's see. So I was telling you that you can, what did you tell you? Okay, I want to install Disney Star and watch Coffee with Karan. So some of the episodes are really good, and why I'm saying good, obviously they do it well, but other than that, that setting is so good. It attracts you for the vibes that it leaves. That's why I said your surrounding does matter. It matters. You don't know about it probably. You don't know, read about it. Okay? All the architects can tell you why they invest so much on the making of buildings and the surrounding interiors as well as exteriors. That's it. Now I'll listen to some good music. Go to the ground floor. I have to go to the supermarket, get some things, and that's it. We will go. So that will leave us with how much time? 1 hour time in the PG before you have dinner. How is that? How cool is that? Hello there. So what have I been doing from morning, just lazing around because it is my rest day. As I told you, today and tomorrow is going to be my rest day, but I'm not taking a rest in the sense I will be going on a walk after this. So I just lay in the bed as usual after lunch and stayed there for an hour just scrolling through some videos which are not bad, which what kind of videos do I watch usually? Either it is humor, because laughing is always good for your health, and the other videos are which is informative, which is interesting and informative. And so one is humor, one is informative and interesting. Then the third kind of videos are usually something that is important, in the sense which I may have saved and which I have not watched, which are meant to be watched. So those are three kinds of videos which I watch. Or songs. I forgot about songs. I watch a lot of songs. In fact, I don't watch songs. Sometimes what happens is that I play, you play music and song and ask me which song is that. I will recognize the song that I have listened to it before, but I wouldn't be able to recognize by the scene because I've never seen it. So I don't watch songs. I listen. Even when I go out, I keep listening to songs. And the other day, just yesterday or day before yesterday, I was just scrolling through some of the reels, and as I told, the criteria is always humor or something interesting and informative. Both together when it comes, I like that. Or it is songs. So then I happen to know about a new movie which is Animal or Animals in Hindi, and there is a beautiful song in that, you know. So and when I was watching that, I watched another new release songs, a few songs which are very interesting, and I was thinking to myself that if I had not bumped into these songs by mistake, I would have missed out on these songs, because we have a habit of listening to the known songs most of the time. I don't know if you have felt it, but I often listen to the songs which I'm familiar with. It's a part of being comfortable. Your comfort zone is very pleasing. If you're comfortable with something like familiarity, that's the reason the other day I wanted to go somewhere, and I said that why can't I go with strangers? What's wrong? See, if when you're traveling in plane or in train, it's very important that you mingle with those people, right? Then what's the problem if you go to a water park and you can mingle with strangers? I questioned myself because I wanted to go so badly, and I was thinking, oh, it's going to be so crowded, so many families would be there, and I don't know how I'm going to mix with them. So what is stopping you? Why are you so worried about mingling with unfamiliar people, and you just want to stick to familiar people? But when you're going in train or in bus or plane, you are okay with mingling with strange people, with unfamiliar people, new people, and you are also okay in taking their help many times, and a lot of times strangers come as help for you, right? So I questioned myself on that, but it's a human tendency that we are okay with familiar things and familiar people. It's a tendency. We all are. And the less we are, the more we are open to go beyond our comfort zone, life is going to be better. I think so. So back to this. So the most of the things that I do is listen to songs, and when listening to songs, usually the criteria is the known songs. That is the songs which you know always. I don't know. You never feel interested to go for new songs, and if I had not bumped into this movie called As Animals, I think it's Ranbir Kapoor, and that song is really good. and because of that I could listen to two three more songs, new songs. So that's basically the difference of new generation and the old generation. I belong to somewhere in the middle generation. Probably you can't say old generation, you can't say new, so somewhere in the middle. So why we are less interested in new songs and not more interested in old songs? Probably the reason could be that we just seem to be comfortable with the familiar songs. That's it. We don't try to listen much of new songs. When I was staying in a PG before this, there was a television in the kitchen down in canteen, and that cook used to play songs in the television all the time. Either Kannada or Hindi or something will be playing in that television all the time, and most of the time it is songs. So I used to wonder. I got to know a lot of Kannada songs while staying there, just by listening to that and while having food. That's the only time I used to go there, and at that time I was listening to some of the songs, and I really like those songs. So why we are not interested? It's not like we are not interested in the new generation songs as such. Okay, one or two songs would be fast and the lyrics is meaningless. Probably we always blame on all those things, but that's true. But basically the thing is that we are we are less interested in, we are more interested in what is familiar. That's the thing. See, for example, any time I play music, I always go for 90s. I don't know why. The reason is that it's easy for me. I know most of the songs of 90s because I used to listen a lot. Singing and listening to songs was one of the main hobbies that I had, just like most of the other girls of that age. Every time listening to song, whatever you are doing, and even if you're having a bath, singing a song, we always bathroom singers. We used to sing in the bathroom so loud. I remember it so well. So music was we grew up in a world of music, I would say, when I was in my 20s. So all the time it's music. So obviously when you're listening to music all the time, you know a lot of songs, at least the four line, the antra, or the beginning lines of the song. You are so familiar with it. Maybe you don't know the entire lyrics, but you know the first four lines, isn't it? So that's how I grew up. So in your 20s, you are more familiar with music because you spend more time listening to them. When you enter middle age or beyond that, you don't listen to songs that much because you don't listen to songs. You need particular time to listen to songs. If you can go think about how you were in your 20s, you would remember that most of us were like, we listen to songs more often. Even when you're working, you had music. Even all the time, you had very 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 few hours, probably very few minutes, probably, that you just spared when you were not listening to song. Probably when you went to college, probably when you were working, when you were seriously working, maybe. That's it. But now things have changed. Now you have to think many times before you play music, isn't it? I go against that. Most of the time I play music, and now that I got a soundbar, a new one the other day, I spend a lot of time. Anytime there is, I just play music. So if you keep playing music, even then you still don't know about many of the new songs. In those times, you know why we was more familiar about new songs, because we used to go to the cassette shop. In those days, you remember audio cassettes were there. They were very cheap and reasonable, and anybody could buy. So any good movie, if there is more than one song, good song in a movie, we would buy that cassette. I remember it so well. And it was cheap, in the sense anybody could afford it. So go to the shop, and through television, or television was the only media I could remember. You would know which is the movie that has more than one good song. I watched so many cassettes even for one song. That movie, the entire movie has just one good song. But then in that case, what I would do, I would buy a clubbing cassette, in the sense 2 movies in 1 cassette, and then you listen to that. So you have a good collection of cassette, and if you don't have it, your neighbor, your roommate, or the girl in the other room will have it, and you can share it. One is from the movie Animal. So listening to music is nice. The other one is even better than that, but I with him we are very rest. So that's my basically when I'm idle and I'm watching something, what am I watching? This is it. Either it is music, either it is informative and interesting something, or it is something to do with humor, because I love laughing. I know that when you laugh, I don't know what happens to you, but it's very healthy for you. That I know. We have to make ways, more occasions where we get to laugh, and it's so difficult these days to find anything right. Today I laughed a lot. I did watch some stupid things, not just for the sake of laughing. You won't believe. That's why I said it's not interesting or informative, but it was okay. I could laugh at it. That's it. So that's how it is. So I spent some time like that today, and then I got up. Otherwise, I would just lie there till 6 o'clock, because that's the condition of my body today. But I didn't want to, so I thought, why don't I just get up, add some contents to the video, and then probably just go out, take a short walk. It's nice, it's refreshing. Not to the mall, not to a brisk walking today. I can't do that. Just a short walk, a little distance, and come back. Okay, that would be nice. So as I told you, I'm giving you so many tips through these videos, which works for me, and I hopefully it will work for you as well. Why we do all these things is because we are basically like toys. As I told you the other day, you need to keep winding yourself. If you don't wind, you're going to stop or slow down. There, come to look out for socks for my nails. I don't know how to protect my nails now, so the only thing I can do is to wear a socks which has that finger separation. So I came. Anyway, I was late today. By the time I dressed up and got out of the room, it was 5:30. And 5:30, the only place you can go if you want to buy something is to the mall. Otherwise, today I was thinking of going to Judicial Layout just for a walk. But now I came here, so I will buy the socks anyway every day until this one, the nail is removed. I'll have to just cover it up all the time. So you need that kind of socks which separates, which gives a covering for your big toe. So what's happening? Did you look at this? What's the print here? Love is here to stay. Nice. Just a coincidence. I didn't think of buying this because of what's written here. Not the print, but it's a coincidence. So I will go to one more shop and see if they have the socks. If I get it, then I go to the supermarket. I have 2 small things to buy from here, and then we will move. Okay. Happy weekend. I already told you, right? It's too crowded today. Exactly, weekends it's like this. The other days it's so khali. Last time when I came, I told you, no, there's nobody here. The mall looks so empty, vacant, passages. Let me check the socks. I didn't get it in 2 shops, now the final shop I will go. Do you think I'll get it, or should I order it online? Online definitely will get it, but I'm like, it will take some time to come. And if I get it here, then it's very great. But I don't know. So the one song, I was just listening to that song which I mentioned a while ago. It is from the movie Animal. Listen to that, okay? The other one, I don't know, I have to listen to it now. find it. It's like a Punjabi song, I think, the second. But this one is really beautiful song from the movie. And you know, song is Pehle Bhi Main Tumse Mila. Listen to it, it's got a sad version that is even better than the other one. The sad version is better. I've shared it on Facebook also. So if you get to listen it, enjoy. Meantime, I'll find the other song and share it as well. So if you guys like some songs, find it, share it so the others would listen to it. And if you never know, sometimes some people listen to some songs, they share it, and then you start liking it. So whatever you keep it to yourself, it never gets shared. So you have some tips, you have some ideas, the way you look at things, everything. If you share it, others get to know, right? So the same thing applies for songs as well. If you like a song, you need to just make a note of it so that that helps other people. It's simple as that. What is that shop? I don't know, I come round and round and I'm not finding it. The only shop I would be just looking into to buy the shop, but again, I've come one round, one circle, and I'm not finding that shop. It's a bit crowded today. People have stepped out, it's weekend. Today, tomorrow and Sunday it's going to be like this. On the next floor? I think it's on this floor. Let me check.